It's Banks and my wonderful guest, Maddy. She's from Pensacola and we met at the East Coast trip last year. Do you have anything you want to say? I'll say that as a no. So basically my grandmother, Big Mama, and her great aunt met in college and they've been friends ever since. So we met through them and this is the first time we've seen each other in over a year. So we've been trying to have as much fun as we can in only 3 days. But today we wanted to show y'all how to make my favorite fruit salad. And we're excited for y'all to come along with us. Okay, so before we start, we wanted to tell you the ingredients that we're using today.
So we have strawberries, 2 limes, I forgot what those are,
2 honey mangoes,
and 2 peaches.
And then you're also going
honey
to need some pure honey. It doesn't matter where it came from, just good honey, because it acts as a natural sweetener. And then you're also going to need a measuring cup and something to
or a
strain with.
Or something to put it, so like that.
And then if you have a juicer, you can use that. If not, that's okay. You can just use your hand. And then we have our bowl and spoon, and then we have 2 knives that we can cut our fruit with. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to juice these limes. And we can both do one. You can cut that in half. So you just need to cut it down like this, not long ways. And once you've done that, you're trying to get at least a half a cup of juice, but that's okay if you can't. We're just going to juice it here and get as much out of it as we can. We're going to do all 4, and then I'm going to let y'all know how much juice we got from those 2 limes. Alright, so we juiced both limes with the juicer.
And we got right to the half cup line, so I think 2
should be good.
Is enough.
You just want to make sure that they're not too firm because they probably won't have a lot of juice. But after we juiced them, we poured them into this measuring cup, but make sure that you strain it first because you don't want all that pulp in the juice.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we've done that, we're going to set all of this to the side. You're not going to use this lime juice quite yet. You're going to wait and use that at the very end. So the next thing that we're going to do is start cutting up all of our fruit. Maddie's going to cut up our strawberries for us, and there is no correct amount of fruit to use. You depending on how much fruit salad you want to have, that's how much fruit you should use. So these strawberries are pretty big, so we'll probably start with like 6 of those, and she's gonna dice them pretty fine, and then I'm gonna start with the pear. So let's get to that. Which knife do you want to use?
I'll use this one.
Okay. So strawberries, cutting them is pretty self-explanatory. Just make sure that you cut the green part off. Some of my friends eat that. I think that's kind of weird, but if you like to, go for it. But she's just going to dice them into very small pieces. And for the pear, I'm going to cut it down the center. And then a pear does have seeds on the inside. You want to make sure that you don't get those in there. So I'm going to cut this pear into 4ths. And then once I do that, I'm going to look right here, and on this angle, I'm going to cut that part off because that's the part with the seeds and the top of it that you don't want to eat. Once you have 4 pieces that kind of look like this, all you have to do is cut them into very, very small bite-sized pieces so that it's not hard to put into the fruit salad.
You want me to cut this tinier?
Yeah, like cut it maybe 2 times down. Yeah. If you get a piece like this big, that's a little bit too big. I would cut it and get pieces to about this size or maybe this. Just, you don't want it to be too big. So we're gonna come back when we have these 2 fruits done and show y'all about the size that you want. Okay, so while we're cutting up, we're gonna talk to y'all about kind of how we met and the places we went together. So the trip that we went on was a 2-week trip, or maybe, was it a little bit over?
I think it was like 12 days.
Maybe that.
Yeah.
And to be honest, when you're with people that you just met for 12 days, it seems a lot longer than that. Like, it felt like we were gone for a month.
Yeah, it felt like a really long time, but it really wasn't.
Yeah. So, we left out of where? Y'all left out of...
We left out, so she came a little later. So, we left out of Mobile, I think, and then we drove to McDonald's that was in...
somewhere on the way. I don't remember where it was.
I think it might have been...
It was on the interstate.
Yeah. So when we went to McDonald's there for everyone to get like breakfast, because it was like 5 in the morning, and then we met around like 7 or 6, and we got breakfast at the McDonald's, and that's where I met Banks.
Very, very sentimental discussion we're having here. So yeah, we met at McDonald's, which you're like, oh, that's a great meeting spot. But yeah, basically, they picked us up on the way because it made no sense for me and Big Mama to drive south just to travel back up.
Yeah.
But we met, and we ate breakfast together, and we got to know each other, and I mean, pretty much immedely
we
clicked.
friends.
Like,
yeah.
It just made sense.
Mm-hmm. And she was in my... So, like, we were assigned hotel rooms, like, people to be with. But at the same time, it would have just been me and another girl. And then when she came, she joined into our room. So it made sense for us to be friends because she would be in our room, like, every time we would go to a new hotel and stuff.
Yeah. But, yeah, we pretty much hit it off in, like, the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like, to me, at least, it might not have felt like this to you, but it felt like we just hadn't seen each other in a long time, like we already knew each other.
Yes.
It was just, like, instant click. Mm-hmm. And so, we traveled up the East Coast together. We went to New York, Boston. Where else? Atlanta.
Yeah.
What were some other big cities? Oh, Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
All the way up to Niagara Falls in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we went to a lot of places together. And it was really cool to me because, like, we had just met and I was pretty much traveling, like, the whole east side of the country with her. And so, like, over those times going to new places, a lot of places I had never even been to before.
Yes.
It was just so surreal, like, being with someone that you barely knew and traveling the country with them. I don't know. It felt real. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just finished cutting up the pears, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that into the bowl.
At the same time. This is 6 strawberries. We cut up 6. I don't know if... Are we going to add more? Should I cut up another one?
I think that's good.
Okay.
Here,
and we did wash our hands, so make sure you wash your hands before you do this.
Yeah. No dirty hands on the fruit. So, yeah, anyways, we traveled together, and then it finally came time to say goodbye, and that was pretty emotional. I was almost in tears. Because, I mean, we live an hour and a half apart, and being in middle school, like, we both kind of knew we weren't going to be able to travel to see each other because neither of us could drive. So it was kind of sad, but we made sure to keep texting, and Maddy sent me a video of her little sister. And yeah, so we tried to keep in touch, and then there were so many times where we wanted to meet up and be able to see each other, but
we just couldn't because, like, middle school was very hectic and stuff like that.
We both play volleyball, so that was keeping us from seeing each other. I just started cheering, so that was keeping us from seeing each other.
Yeah.
But finally, they didn't even tell Maddy. So me and Big Mama tried to plan a time for Maddy to come down here, and we talked through our schedules, and Maddy was just completely in the dark about it. Nobody told her. And then
until, like, the weekend before, and they're like, "You're going to Andalusia," and I was like,
okay. So now we're here making fruit salad in my grandmother's kitchen.
Trying to be better than Big Mama.
Right. So, yeah. And also, Maddy grew like 5 inches since last year. So when I saw her, I was like, stop, because she was like this on me, and now she's taller than me. And I was like, I don't like this. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is cut up the mangoes and the peach. And I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Cutting up a mango can be a little bit difficult. Even a peach too, because they're both pitted fruits. And so that big pit in the middle kind of stops you from being able to cut anything.
Yeah.
So we have honey mangoes here, and they're a lot different than normal big mangoes. And the way I cut these is not traditional at all. And to be quite honest, I don't think it's the best way to do it for fruit salad, because usually I take a spoon and I like spoon it out and eat it, and you really can't do that. So I'm going to try the normal way that you cut a normal mango on a honey mango, and I can't say that it's going to work. So I'm going to try to do that, and I'm going to show y'all how I'm doing it. And if it doesn't work, that's okay, because this is our test run and this is the main thing. And then for a peach, you want to do the honors?
Sure.
So a peach has a pit in the middle too. So basically, we're just going to peel the outside and then cut off tiny pieces. So do you just want to do each fruit by itself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Where's the peeler? Or are we just going to use a knife?
I'll just use a knife. Right. Let's do the peach first, and I'll be back in 1 second so I can show you how to peel it. I don't know if I already said this, but we're going to do the peach first. So I already started peeling it, but basically, if you don't have a peeler or you don't want to use one, you take your knife and you put your thumb on the peach and you just pull the knife to you. And with your thumb there, like, you're going to feel the knife before you can cut yourself. And if you do cut yourself, I can promise you, in the kitchen, you're going to cut yourself at least twice in your lifetime. I've already cut myself once, and it's not a very fun experience, but it's just a part of cooking. So, and like, my grandmother and my mom get so fast at this, and I'm not very fast at it yet, but to me, it's easier than using a peeler, because a peeler a lot of time takes away a lot of your fruit, and that matters. So, I'm going to continue doing this, and then I'm going to, all you have to do to cut the peach off is just cut these little pieces like that. And then you're good, and you can throw it in the bowl. So I'm going to do that.
We just added all of the peach to the bowl. And now we're going to add the mangoes.
So, cutting these, I'm kind of scared because it's not a normal mango. But it's going to be okay.
Yeah, you'll get there.
While I'm starting this, Maddy has a grand idea.
Okay, so if you don't want to eat it as like a salad or with all of the ingredients in it, you can leave a few fruits out if you want to, and you can add some ice and milk, and you can put it into your blender, and you can make a delicious smoothie, and you can drink it on the go or drink it instead of having to eat this salad if you want.
That was a good idea.
Yeah. So.
And also, when you see the finished product, I don't know if y'all knew this, I'm not trying to dish any like smoothie restaurants or anything, but a lot of places that make smoothies, like as a fast food restaurant, put a ton of sugar into their smoothies.
They do.
That's why they taste so good, because they're not actually good for you. So making smoothies at home is just a lot better and
healthier for you.
And so after you see the finished product of the fruit salad, you're going to realize, like, using honey as a natural sweetener actually makes such a good smoothie without you having to put such processed sugar.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to tell me what I just did for the mango?
Okay, so when you take your little section, you just get like a tiny little piece of mango, and then
cut it into thirds.
Cut it into thirds, and then you're gonna take your knife and you're just gonna go down maybe like 3 or 4 vertical streaks down, and then you're gonna turn it and do about 3 or 4 that way, and then you'll get this design just like that, and then you can just take your knife.
It looks like this after you cut the lines, and then you push
peel
through.
It back, and then you can just take the knife and kind of go like that, and then it'll get the nice little chunks out without having to do too much work, and then it's really quick to cut it.
And if you're confused what we mean by thirds, like when you have your full mango like this, if you'll take it vertically like this and you cut, there's obviously a huge pit in the center. So if you'll cut 2 slices outside of the pit, that are thin, you'll end up with pieces that look like this, and then you'll have the inside with the pit. And don't get me wrong, you can get fruit off of the pit. It just takes a little bit more time to do.
To get it all.
So the first thing to do best is to cut it into pieces like this. And then, will you finish this one so I can show this?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that you have your center with the pit, I would go ahead and cut the skin off of the outside so that it's easier to get in there. So just go very thin on the outside and you'll get this long piece of skin. And you might have to go over it a couple times. But basically that, you want to make sure that there's no fruit on here. So I'm going to get this little part that I left out. And once you do that,
and try and clean as you go so you don't have that much mess.
Yeah, we did have a mess earlier, but we fixed it. So once there's no skin left, you're just going to cut on the outside of the pit and get any fruit that's left. Now, there's probably not going to be a lot, but
this is a good piece of fruit.
You just want to make sure that you're not wasting anything, because the way that things are priced today, no wasting fruit. And then just cut all around that pit. And be careful also when you're cutting, because the pit will kind of come off and it'll look like that. And you don't want to eat that, because I can promise you it does not taste good. It tastes like a seed. Yeah, speaking from experience,
it does not taste good.
I might have done that a couple of times, and that's okay.
A couple of times.
So I'm going to go ahead and do the other mango as well, and then we're going to move on to our last two steps. Okay, I'm trying not to be wasteful, and I just took the pit and I ate all the fruit off the outside of it. And something that I've just observed is that for some reason this pit has like lines going down it, and it's like fraying. I don't know, I've never seen that on a mango before. So that could be abnormal, or I'm just uncultured on mangoes, but I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So for the mango, when you cut it, I already cut this one, but you're just gonna cut down like this. So you have one piece off, and then turn it around, do the same thing on the other side. So then you have two pieces like this. That way you can do those. You're gonna peel that side.
So she's gonna show them how we did the lines, because I feel like I wasn't just scripted.
So you're gonna go like this, and then you take your knife, and you're gonna go down like this, and just like 3 or 4 nice lines. And then you're gonna turn it on its side so where it's horizontally, and then do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you flip it, you've got plenty of fruit that you can cut off this way and plop in your bowl.
Oh, did I?
I did.
You did? Why did it do that?
I don't know. It would like to.
Oh, you didn't cut deep enough.
It's okay.
Sorry, it's just silence.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm cooking, I get like so caught up in what I'm doing, I can't talk.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. So then flip it, and then you can really get all the fruit.
You can scoot this way.
Nice.
This mango is bigger, but for some reason it's more bare. So me and Maddy have plans for tonight. We decided we wanted a steak, so we're going to Big Mike's because I gotta eat, and steak is the way to my heart. So we're just gonna go get one.
Oh yeah.
And we're thinking about going to the movie theater afterwards, but we're having this big debate because
on what movie we should go watch, because there's only 2.
There's only
only 2 in the movie theater.
There's only 2 movies playing, which is odd. It's normally not like that.
Yeah.
And tell them what you want to watch.
This was a suggestion. I said we should watch Despicable Me 4, But then she realized that there's a movie about tornadoes, and apparently that's interesting.
It is interesting. It's called Twister, right? Or Twisters?
It's called Twisters. So we're debating on which movie to go watch. I'm fine with either, and then she changed her mind and said she's fine with either. So now we're just kind of stuck.
So,
trying to find what we're gonna do.
If y'all have seen either movie, let us know in the comments which one was better, because that can help make our decision.
Yeah.
I personally have never really liked
The
Despicable Me. I don't know why. I guess because it's like little yellow people, and I just don't understand the point. But I don't know. I know a lot of little kids like it, so maybe we should go see it. Maybe I need to give Despicable Me another chance.
The only problem is the latest showing for Despicable Me is like 7:30, and the latest showing, and dinner might take a little longer.
Yeah, if we're gonna go get a steak, we might have to
do Twisters.
Yeah, but I bet both are good.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I'm being too hard on Despicable Me. I've just never been a fan. Okay, she's gonna finish up that mango, and we'll be right back with our last step.
So we just wiped off our table. Everything is now clean, and we've put all of the fruit in it. So now what we're gonna do, see, you can see the gradient. Anyway, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in the lime juice and our honey.
So lime juice, we have almost a half a cup. We're probably not gonna use it all, just because you don't want it to be too sour.
So we're just gonna put in a little as we go.
We're probably gonna start with about half of this and just stop. So we got to about a fourth of a cup, so we're gonna stop there. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix that. Okay. And then Maddie's just gonna eyeball the honey because I don't want to put too much or too little. Okay. So you can just go for it. Okay, that's probably good.
That's good.
That was probably like 3 tablespoons-ish.
Yeah.
Wait, this looks so good. I'm excited. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. We got a strawberry leaf in there. Okay. This is what our finished product looks like. And I know Maddie said this earlier, you can use this and put it in your blender with ice and milk, and it makes such a good smoothie. Mm-hmm. So we're going to try it. Let me get some spoons. Okay. First taste test. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. I think it needs more.
I think it needs more honey.
Do y'all want to come taste it?
No, we're just watching.
Andrea and Big Mama are back here observing.
We're smiling. We're proud of our girls.
You did good.
It's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's healthy.
It is healthy.
It's healthy.
Very good for you. And if you want it to be more sweet, you can put more honey. If you want it to be more sour and tangy, you can put more lime juice. Or you don't have to put either, and you can just keep it traditional. Mm-hmm. But thank you guys for watching our video. And we might have to do more Cooking with Brenda Gant takeovers featuring Maddy Zeman and Banks Merrill. So yeah, we might have another video coming if we get bored. So we love you guys. Thank you for watching
our video.
And we'll hope you'll try it, and let us know if you do try it in the comments and how it tastes. Bye, y'all.
Bye.